in this January, so we welcomed Premier Wen Jiabao to visit Switzerland, and we have a reception team. You see, it's very cold, but we are very warm. so it's in the Zurich airport, and afterwards some delegates also together to go to the Bern, and we have the listen to the speech from the Premier Wen and know the economic situation in China. Okay, this is our organization, and we are small but complicated. Okay, I don't remember all of them, but I think they are functional. So we have so many activities is covered by the different function here. So yeah, I think we will expand in future also. This is our ACS Stats alumni. So we have the first one in Shanghai, which is organized by the ETH alumni. And our people enjoyed a lot of events there. And last year, December in Beijing, and Flavia together with us, we have the wonderful forum in Beijing together with the Overseas Chinese Association. And this year, January, we have this first Swiss-China Cooperation Forum, which is quite successful to convey the message between the two countries and students and other members. We have last year established the Life Science Forum Zurich. The reason is we found out we have at least maybe 20% or so of the students there from the life science field. And since Switzerland is a dominant country in this field, so we would like to interact with the industry and other academic members here. And since the 2009, the June 2009, we collaborate with Chinese Association of Science and Technology in Switzerland. Basically, we incubate this forum and we give them as a gift. Okay, but I think it's quite successful. So we have several seminars, and this year we have a symposium about the Chinese medicine, and so the Ambassador Dong also come and give a speech. That's quite successful. So finally, I will show you how we strengthen the ties with China. So this year we received the city delegation from Nanjing, and they would like us to help them to hunt the Chinese talents in Switzerland, and also find some technology here. And afterwards, you see we have several members, which is attend the Overseas Chinese Convention in Nanjing, which is in October. And it's quite successfully, we bring like 10 members or so. So they agree that next year we build up a workstation in Switzerland together with us. And we also hosted a delegation from the Shanghai University. And we discussed about the resources policy and some other functions in the future. And this is our traditional event. So we joined the Science and Technology Association in Switzerland together to the Guangzhou Overseas Chinese Convention. That's also one part of a bigger event. So I will close up with the outlooks. And the idea for us is to promote the communications and cooperation between China and Switzerland. So first of all, we want to strengthen the alumni platform in Beijing and Shanghai, and together with the COSE and ETH alumni. And we would like to visit in the universities, institutes, companies, and high-tech parks in China, like the Zhangjiang high-tech parks. We already have preliminary connections, and we'll also organize the meetings and forums. Like we will attend the Guangzhou Convention and the Nanjing Convention, And a plan is being discussing is we will send a delegation to the Western China, presumably in Qinghai province. Our organization was established a contact there with a poor village that we could use the next 3 years to help them develop. We don't know how, but I think the first step is go there and discuss with them and find the way. And yeah, the family, we look forward fruitful next years with China Cooperation Forum.
Okay. Now, I say my words and give this microphone to Mr. Manuel Sarkli. He will going to show you a very interesting building, aren't you?
Yes.
Great.
Can you hear me without microphone? I'm gifted with a loud voice. Okay. Thank you very much for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here. I'll try to shorten my presentation to the 20 minutes as on the plan. I will be giving you an introduction to the Swiss Pavilion at the World Expo in Shanghai. A few words first to the Expo as such. Will be the biggest Expo ever, of course. The Olympic Games in Beijing have been the biggest ever, so will be the Expo in Shanghai. The organizers are expecting 70 million visitors. To give you some comparative figures, Aichi in Nagoya 2005, also a 6-month expo, has counted 22.5 million visitors. And the last one in Europe, the last big one in Europe in Hanover 2000 has had 18 million visitors. So more than 3 times more visitors than the last big expo 2005 in Japan. The organizers tell me that an average of 350 to 400,000 people a day, but on peak days, they can handle as many as 800,000 people, meaning the whole Zurich area will be moving onto the expo site and back in. I don't know how they will be handling it. We can only absorb, of course, a certain part of all these visitors. Also, participant-wise, it's the biggest. By now, more than 225 participants have registered, 194 countries, and the rest are international organizations or NGOs. The site also is big. It's 5.3 square meters on 2 sides of the Huangpu River. You can see the site here. It's very special because this expo is normally they're a little bit out of town, where the people could find some empty piece of land. Here it's very central. Up here we would have the financial district, and here, about here we have the world famous Bowl of Shanghai. So southwest of the center, but by now it's actually really the center of Shanghai. Several zones allocated by the organizers. Here we'll have the Asian countries presenting themselves. Here we have the China Pavilion, which is already up and running. And we have the convention center, we have atrium for cultural presentations, and we have some thematic pavilions. And this space, the zone Z as they call it, has been reserved for European, African, and American countries. On the other side, on the Pudong side of the Huangpu River, the blue zone is reserved for corporate pavilions, meaning these will be the pavilions run by the sponsors of the expo. And that's Premier at the Shanghai Expo. This zone is reserved for cities and towns for them to present their solutions for sustainable development. And Switzerland is a very lucky country. We're a small country, but we will have 2 pavilions. The official Swiss pavilion here, and the pavilion of the cities of Zurich, Basel, and Geneva here on the other side of the Huangpu River. So 1 country, 2 pavilions. We are also lucky because we're in the middle of very, very important neighbors. This is the Swiss pavilion. This is France, Germany, Spain, Belgium, countries normally which have very nice presentations at World Expos. Countries in the same time that are working with much bigger budgets. The Swiss pavilion preparation, communication, construction, dismantling, and operation will cost 24 million Swiss francs. And the Germans, the French, and the Spanish, they are building for 30 million euro. So you see a little bit